Have you ever looked up at the night sky, spotted that tiny red dot, and wondered if we're truly alone? Mars, our celestial neighbor, has captivated humanity for centuries. But what if I told you that some people believe Mars wasn't always the desolate, rusty desert we see today? What if millions of years ago, it was a world teeming with life, maybe even a civilization as advanced as our own? Today, we read diving deep into one of the most tantalizing theories out there, the idea that Mars once hosted an ancient civilization. We'll look at the so-called evidence, separate fact from fiction, and explore the mind-bending possibility that the red planet might hold the secrets to a lost world. Let's start with the big one, the face on Mars. Back in 1976, NASA's Viking 1 orbiter snapped a picture of the Cydonia region, and one particular landform jumped out. It looked uncannily like a human face staring up into space. For decades, this image fueled speculation. Was it a monument? A message from a long-lost Martian culture? The grainy, low-resolution photo was just ambiguous enough to let imaginations run wild. People saw not just a face, but nearby pyramidal structures, a whole city complex. Books were written, documentaries were made, and a powerful myth was born. Of course, science is all about testing ideas. So, in the late 90s and early 2000s, newer, more advanced orbiters like the Mars Global Surveyor took another look. With much higher resolution cameras, the face was revealed to be a mesa, a natural hill. The play of light and shadow in the original photo, combined with our brain's incredible ability to see patterns, a phenomenon called pareidolia, created the illusion of a face. It's the same reason we see shapes in clouds or a man in the moon. While the scientific explanation is clear, the face on Mars remains a legendary piece of space folklore. But the story doesn't end there. Believers in an ancient Martian civilization point to other anomalies. There's the so-called Martian spoon, a long, thin shape captured by the Curiosity rover that looks just like a piece of cutlery. Or the thigh bone, a rock that bears a striking resemblance to a femur. Again, geologists and planetary scientists are quick to point out that these are simply rocks shaped by eons of wind erosion. Mars is a windy place, and over millions of years, this constant sandblasting can carve stone into all sorts of strange and familiar shapes. It's a testament to the power of nature, not ancient aliens. Then there are the more complex arguments. Some theorists, like physicist Dr. John Brandenburg, have proposed a truly explosive hypothesis. He suggests that the high concentration of certain isotopes, like xenon-129 in the Martian atmosphere, is evidence of massive thermonuclear explosions in the planet's distant past. He argues that these weren't natural events, but a deliberate act of cosmic warfare that wiped out two burgeoning Martian civilizations, which he names Cydonia and Utopia. According to his theory, this cataclysm is what turned Mars from a potentially Earth-like world into the cold, barren planet we know today. It's a dramatic and compelling story, straight out of science fiction. However, the mainstream scientific community remains highly skeptical. Most scientists argue that these isotopic ratios can be explained by natural geological and atmospheric processes over billions of years, without needing to invoke nuclear war. The evidence just isn't strong enough to support such an extraordinary claim. Remember the famous saying, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And so far, that evidence just isn't there. So, where does that leave us? While the evidence for ancient statues, cities, and nuclear wars on Mars is flimsy at best, the question of past life on Mars is very much an open and active area of scientific research. NASA's rovers, like Perseverance, aren't looking for pyramids. They're looking for something much smaller but equally profound. Biosignatures. These are signs of past microbial life. Think about it. We know from geological evidence that ancient Mars was a very different place. It had a thicker atmosphere, liquid water flowing in rivers and pooling in vast lakes and oceans. The Jezero crater, where Perseverance is exploring, was once a massive river delta, exactly the kind of place where life might have emerged on early Earth. The rover is drilling into ancient lakebed sediments, collecting rock cores that could contain fossilized microbes from billions of years ago. These samples are being cached on the surface, waiting for a future mission to bring them back to Earth for analysis in our most advanced labs. Finding even a single definitive fossil of a Martian bacterium would be one of the most significant discoveries in human history. It would tell us that life is not a unique miracle of Earth, but something that can arise on other worlds. This is the real, exciting science happening on Mars right now. It might not be as glamorous as finding a lost city, but it's grounded in evidence and could fundamentally change our understanding of our place in the universe. So while we can enjoy the imaginative stories about ancient Martian civilizations, it's important to distinguish them from the scientific quest for life. The search for alien artifacts is a fun thought experiment, but the search for alien microbes is real science. And what about the future? We haven't just been looking at Mars's past. We've been planning for its future. The concept of transforming Mars into a habitable, Earth-like planet has moved from science fiction to serious scientific discussion. Imagine warming the planet, thickening its atmosphere, and restoring liquid water to its surface. We could create a second home for humanity. The process would be incredibly complex and take centuries, if not millennia. We might start by releasing greenhouse gases trapped in the Martian polar ice caps to kickstart a warming effect. We could introduce hardy, genetically engineered microbes and lichen to begin creating soil and producing oxygen. Slowly, painstakingly, we could breathe life back into the red planet. Perhaps, in a strange twist of fate, the ancient civilization on Mars won't be one we discover, but one we create. We could be the Martians of the future. The idea is both awe-inspiring and humbling. In the end, Mars holds up a mirror to us. Our fascination with finding life there, whether it's an ancient civilization or a simple microbe, reflects our own deep-seated need to understand who we are and whether we're alone. The stories we tell about Mars of faces, cities, and cosmic wars are really stories about our own hopes, fears, and boundless imagination. The truth is still out there, buried under the red dust. Whether we find the fossil of a simple cell or eventually plant a flag on a newly terraformed shore, the journey to understand Mars is one of the greatest adventures humanity has ever undertaken. What do you think? Is there any truth to the ancient civilization theories, or is it all just wishful thinking? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey to the Red Planet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next cosmic exploration. See you next time.